Welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show that separates fact from fiction. On David Mitchell's team tonight, taking a break from the repair shop, it's Will Kirk. And broadcaster and raconteur extraordinaire, it's Giles Brandreth. And on Lee Mack's team tonight, from the Love Island villa to the Strictly ballroom, it's Tasha Ghouri. And comedy actor and writer, the wonderful Jessica Knappett. We begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. Now, to make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They have no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. Giles is first up tonight.
Whilst attempting to break the world record for the longest ever after-dinner speech, I had a dreadful accident.
Please, Steve.
Who were you speaking to?
I was speaking to, it's a charity event. We are at a hotel in London.
So what was the record that you were trying to break?
The record stood... The record stood
scratched by the sound of it.
The record stood at 11 hours. I spoke on that occasion for 12 and a half hours.
And these people stayed to watch?
They did. You may be surprised to hear that. But, I don't know if you've ever heard me speaking at length, but...
What was the subject of your speech?
Now, this is interesting. I decided to do it as an A to Z of life. So I began with A for half an hour, then B for half an hour.
We understand.
Well, you did half an hour on J then, didn't you?
Well, J was rather easy because J was for jokes. Yeah. You know, what does the king do when he burps? He issues a royal pardon.
So you did half an hour of that?
You spent 30 years doing that. You should be at home.
Giles, what was the accident?
It was of a personal nature.
You're still going to have to tell us.
I'd found that in the middle of the night, I was needing a comfort break. There was therefore the risk of a dreadful accident, and it appears that the accident occurred.
And so, are we talking about you wetting yourself?
In those days, the Guinness Book of Records were insistent it has to be a real record, an endurance record.
You weren't allowed a toilet break?
You weren't allowed a toilet break.
Okay.
Before I went to make this speech, I explained to the president of the charity, the late Duke of Edinburgh, that I was anxious that I wouldn't achieve the goal because I would need to go for this comfort break in the middle of the night. And he said to me, well, you can take a pee in the middle of the night, surely. I said, no, sir, I'll be in front of 300 people wearing a dinner suit. He said, you can still take a pee, man. You can do it there and then. I said, how on earth is that possible, sir? He said, you'll be wearing the appliance, surely. I said, sorry?
The what?
The appliance.
No, you misunderstand when I said, you what? I didn't mean I couldn't hear you. I meant, what are you talking about?
He said, go down, John Bell and Croydon, Medical Supplies, Wigmore Street.
I had a COVID jab there.
My friend
Just when I thought this story couldn't get any more sexy.
I nipped down and I was seen immediately by a very nice young person who kitted me out with the appliance, which was a kind of apparatus you wear over your private parts, and had attached to it a long piece of rubber tubing.
Oh, come on.
Pink in colour.
What, it leads all the way from the event to the chemist? We'll return it in the morning, sir. So this is a thing that goes over your...
You Duke of Edinburgh.
And
I popped it on, and
once it's on, are you dressing to the left or the right?
I don't think I know you well enough. About 2 in the morning, I thought, I do need now my little Jimmy Riddle. And then I suddenly thought, oh my God, is it going to make a terrible whooshing sound? So I thought, I know what I'll do. I will let go, and as I'm about to let go, I will tell a joke. And on the laugh, that's when I will let go. And the laugh will cover the letting go. Yes, the whoosh. So I let go. It was then that I realized that the appliance had slipped its moorings.
Giles, can I ask a question? question. What letter are we on here? Is it P?
It will be from now on in. That is
Hang on. Did it slip its moorings as you were weeing into it?
the power of the jet.
I've made it slip.
Yeah.
If it were me, I'd have thought, a little tinkle would be just fine.
Yes, and if it had been you, it would have been a little tinkle, but it was me.
So is it like a catheter, but it's mechanical?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, I'm able to stand up, or maybe you can't stand up.
Giles, is this wise?
Are you wearing it tonight?
No. Now, you may find this surprising, but I am now sponsored by the Tenor Flex Plus Super Soft Incontinence Pad people. The truth is, what happened was this. I was making my speech, and I looked down, and out of my trouser leg...
You could see the end of a bit of a full balloon.
Awful. I mean, it became snaking across the stage.
And meanwhile, you're still going.
Yeah. No, it staunches it completely. It's all coming back now vividly to me.
So the shock stopped the flow.
Worse than that, I found I was not able to go to the loo for, I think, about 72 hours.
Well, there we are. Thank you for watching. That's all we got time for. Tasha, what are you thinking, Tasha?
Got a lot of images in my head now.
Of course.
Nothing I want to see right now.
No, it's going to be a while before you forget those images.
Yeah.
There's so much detail there. Why would you know about the appliance if it's not true?
I mean, if it's a lie,
Yeah.
he's made this a lot harder than it needed to be. What we go for? You say true?
I'm leaving this in your hands.
That's what he said. You're saying true. It's
got to be
got
true.
to be true.
So they're saying it's true. Giles, was it true, or was that all a lie?
It was true.
It's true. Giles did have a dreadful accident during his world record attempt. Right, Will, you're next.
Right.
Out loud, Will.
Okay. When King Charles came to the repair shop, I had to chase him to his car because he'd walked off with my big chisel.
Right, Lee's team.
I know he was on the repair shop. I remember seeing a clip. Can I just check, was he king at this point?
He was actually Prince.
What did he bring to get repaired?
A vase.
And what was wrong with the vase?
The vase was broken.
Obviously. Otherwise your show would be called Second Hand Shop.
Exactly. Apparently the vase had been put on a window at Dumfries House, and one of the servants, I don't know, Giles? Is that what it's called? Staff.
So confident.
One of the servants had hit it with a staff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when it broke. He came round to all of our benches to sort of have a look at what we're doing and look at our tools and things like that. And I have a really big chisel that he was quite taken by.
What did he think of your tool?
He said that he said it was quite broad. I don't know.
Surely, in your job, you've got many sized chisels, not just one big chisel.
But this is my favourite one, and I have a little place for it on the wall behind my bench.
What did he say when he was
Weighty.
holding it? Weighty.
Weighty.
Weighty, very weighty.
Weighty.
Let's have more of that. We love that.
Very, very weighty.
Really weighty.
Wonderfully weighty. I don't know how you do it. I'm full of admiration.
Exactly.
I'm doing
so
King Charles when he was still a prince. So, how did he end up walking away with it?
so he handed it to one of his...
Possibly an aquarium who was with him.
Yeah.
query?
And then they started to kind of walk away. And I didn't know what to say, because I met him at Dumfries House before this. And I was talking to someone that I was with about, I don't know how to speak to him. Do I shake his hand? Do I bow? Anyway, before I knew it, I turned to my left. Can you stand up for a second?
I am standing up.
There you go. So I'm waiting to greet him. So I turn around and he's already here with his hand out. Anyway, so he has his hand out like this. Anyway, so I turn around, didn't realise that we're waiting to shake. This is in slow motion, by the way, so I go like that, I go, ooh. Anyway, I panic because I'm coming in too fast, so I pull it back, and I do this kind of weird finger. And then I turn back to rectify, then he'd already gone.
So you gave his fingers a little tickle.
A finger's a little tickle, yeah.
Okay, how did you get that chisel back?
So I went over to the car and I tapped on the window.
Right.
I said, I think you have my chisel. And he said, I do. And then he gave it back.
Oh.
I think that he probably thought it was a gift, but trying to save my embarrassment, he kind of just handed it back to me.
What do you think, Tasha?
I know in a scenario like that, they have the guards around them. So for you just to hand over a chisel, I don't believe it's that easy.
Because it's quite a sharp weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think none of it's true.
What, he doesn't work on repair shop? Go on, we'll say lie then, yeah?
They're saying it's a lie, Will. Was it a lie or were you telling the truth?
That was a lie.
The lie Will didn't chase King Charles. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So, please welcome this week's special guest, Kate. Tasha, what is Kate to you?
So this is Kate, and she had to prepare the glitter ball trophy after I dropped it at the Strictly Rap party.
Ooh. Right. Jessica, how do you know Kate?
This is Kate. Together we tried and failed to get an intruder out of my house.
Okay. And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Kate?
This is Kate. She gave me a plaster after her horse bit me on the nipple.
So there we have it. David's team, where will you begin?
Okay, we'll start with Tasha. So why were you holding the glitter ball trophy?
So,
Yeah, why don't you rub it in that she didn't win?
yeah, I was going to say.
What business did you have touching that holy object?
I just want to see what it felt like to hold it, you know, if I had won it. But basically, Strictly Rap party, so you finish your dances, Chris gets announced the winner, and everyone, you know, celebrating, all the crew come out the dance floor, you know, everyone's having a good time. So I got a picture of the trophy, and then Alyash was at the bottom of the steps.
Alyash being the dashing dancer who was your partner.
Yes. Right. So I basically started walking down the steps and I slipped and it like flew out of my hand, slammed on the floor and the ball like rolled off. And everyone was just like, and then Kate came to basically save the day.
Who is Kate then? What was her role there?
So
She worked at the
trophies made.
stables.
Yes, we'll come on to that.
She was looking after the trophy. So the trophy's made by a company called Trophy Master, and she works with the company. So Kate just said, oh, I'll fix it, you know.
Given this is a BBC programme, why did they not go to the repair shop?
So you've met Kate before because she's always there. Whenever the trophy's there, she's there lurking in the background.
She has to polish it, make sure it looks pretty, you know.
So she just comes in to polish the trophy.
So when the trophy's there, Kate's there, watching the trophy, polishing the trophy, looking after the trophy.
You don't want a trophy to go missing.
You don't? Absolutely not. Although obviously they make a new one every year, don't they? It's not like the FA Cup. You don't have to hand it back, do you?
Right, who would you like to quiz next?
Okay, Jessica. Repel intruder you tried to with Kate, did you?
All right, Yoda.
Did I indeed, yes.
When was this?
Last year.
What season?
What did you
Season
say?
5!
What season? What season?
What season? There are 4 options. What season? I could have said what month, then there are 12 options.
But she's only ever going to say one of them. So whether there are 12 to choose from or 4
Yeah.
makes no difference
Well,
to
she
you.
would have said one of them 3 minutes ago if you hadn't intervened.
No, but you're saying that there was some advantage to
my
asking
God,
the season
spring!
because there are.
So it was spring.
It was spring.
What month?
May is the beginning of summer.
June, July, August is summer.
Are you telling me that autumn starts on September the 1st?
Yeah, very much so. The
God.
Feast of St. Giles, as it happens.
I think that's the most middle-class put-down I've ever had.
I'm ashamed to hear that. I've been working with you for 19 years.
How do you know Kate?
She's sort of my neighbour.
Intruder!
Yes.
Who was it?
The intruder was, in fact, a bird.
A bird.
What sort of bird, Jessica?
I'm going to say thrush.
Oh,
Okay.
Trying to get that new advert. Imagine that with some cream in between the fingers. I'm going to say thrush. I'm going to say relief. I'm going to say $4.99. I'm going to say little.
Where did the thrush break in or break out?
I've got a wood-burning stove, and it was just flapping
In the
around.
stove?
It was in the stove.
Fell into the wood-burning stove.
Wow.
I have a babysitter in the house. She has a good idea, which is to get a box, sort of a storage box with a lid on it.
Yeah.
So we decide that one of us is going to open the door and the other person's going to stick the box over the wood-burning stove, and the thrush is going to fly into it, and then we're going to put the lid on. That's our plan.
Okay.
What had you done prior to this before the babysitter was helping?
Nothing. I just shouted. Shouted, Mayday, Mayday.
it's not the right month.
So we get the bird in, and then we stick the lid on, and we've got the bird in the box,
It's
in
worked.
the lid. It's worked. We turn around, ecstatic. Oh my God, we've done it. Another bird flies out of the
No.
wood-burning stove. There's double thrush.
Double thrush. $9.99 from Lidl.
You haven't told us what Kate is doing all
Yes,
the while.
well, I ran outside the house, text Kate's husband,
Right.
and I say, can you come round and help us out? He said, no.
Did he?
Ask my wife. And then he followed it up with, she's got previous with birds.
All right.
So I rang her.
You rang. You didn't
said,
text her. You.
I don't suppose you're in the house, are you? Because I've heard you've got previous with birds. And
It's a very bold text.
She's remembering the day with amusement. Well, she's looking back on that.
Oh, no. She's remembering the time her horse bit my nipple.
she just plucked one out of the air, honestly.
As it was flying.
And then something happened and she got spooked. And then in the next moment, she was running out of there. At this point, there's 3 women just standing on the pavement screaming.
No, this is preposterous. We don't need to have any more time with this.
Did the birds get out of the house?
There was 2 passers-by. And they were physiotherapists.
Okay.
Physiotherapist.
And they had been visiting another neighbour.
Who needed 2 physiotherapists?
And
You make an appointment with a physiotherapist. Sometimes do you need 1 or do you need 2? Is it a big job? And then an exhausting day therapizing an enormous person.
In my experience of the NHS, you can't get a physiotherapist, and then after 6 months, 2 come along.
So, what did these physiotherapists do?
they each grabbed a blanket off my sofa and just enveloped the birds and just let them fly, and off they went.
Right.
Now, what about Lee? Remind us, Lee.
This is Kate. She gave me a plaster after her horse bit my nipple.
Where are we, Lee?
We're in a field, Rob. We're in a field.
Why do you have your top off in the field with a horse?
Well, listen, young man, I don't know how you're imagining this story. But I haven't actually got my top off, you pervert. I'm in normal clothes, jeans,
Why
t-shirt.
are you in the field?
Well, I'm out with my family.
Oh, you're all the family are there?
Yeah, it's a Friday, I'm allowed to see them. So we're in a field, there's a horse. Now we're leaning over the fence, trying to attract the horse over
Right.
with a bit of grass.
What kind of horse is it? How many hands? Male,
Oh, it didn't have
female?
any hands. I would say it was quite a small horse, it was 12 hands.
And how did he get close to your nipple?
Well, it was a hot day, I was lactating. The horse came over, and he's having a little sort of around my neck area like this, and we were all laughing. It was a bit ticklish, whiskers in the face, and then before you know it, chomp. Straight on the nipple. I would say it was friendly. I don't think it was being aggressive. It's a sort of friendly.
Flirtatious, one might say.
Yes, you could say it was
But
flirtatious.
with the teeth this
My
time.
own fault. I was squeezing its buttocks provocatively.
So how does Kate enter this story?
Well, I screamed a proper yelp. It really hurts when a horse bites.
Yes.
And there was blood, and I had a white t-shirt.
Oh, no.
And then before you know it, Kate comes over. She happened to be in the field with some other horses in the distance, came over immediately.
What did she open with?
I think it was a song by... might have been Frank Sinatra, I can't
I
remember.
think you know what I mean.
She says, are you okay? And I said, well, as you can see, not really. And then I had to look, so I pulled the t-shirt up like that. And she went, oh my God. She said, I'm so sorry, madam. I said, no, they're man boobs.
And this was when you had the beard.
Yes, when I had the beard.
You had the beard?
Yeah, but my wife's got one, as you know, so it's hard to tell. So she says, I'll get you a plaster and some antiseptic.
Okay.
Who administers the antiseptic cream to the injured nipple?
I did it myself. She's also brought some wet wipes.
Oh, no, you hadn't.
I had. If you haven't been bitten by a horse, it's very scary.
All right, we need an answer. So, David's team. Is Kate Tasha's strictly saviour, Jessica's helpless helper, or Lee's nipple nurse?
Well, I don't know.
All plausible. I mean, I can kind of see the thrush. Horse kind of sounds like, it could also happen.
They're all possible.
Yeah. Strictly trophy, yes, but also always being there to polish it.
The place was full of press that night.
Yes.
If somebody had dropped the trophy, we'd have heard about it already. So we can dismiss her. I think
Well, that's I love this clarity.
Jess was all over the place with her story. We can dismiss Jess as well. We are therefore left
Sweet Lord.
when all other possibilities.
Giles thinks it's Lee.
Right.
Who do you think it is?
I think it's Jess.
Oh, we'll go Jess.
You're saying Jess?
Yep. If you were making it up, why would you make up the two physiotherapists?
We're about to find out.
We are about to find out. We've said Jess. Can't go back now.
Who said Jess?
Yeah, no, I'm aware. It's on the record that you disagree.
Yeah.
So you're a tremendous team member.
Okay, they think it's Jess. Kate, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Kate, and Jess and I failed to get rid of some birds.
Well done.
Yes, Kate is Jessica's helpless helper. Thank you very much, Kate.
Yes, Kate! Okay, onward. See you at home.
Which brings us to our final round, quickfire lies, and we start with... It's Tasha.
After dating a boy for just a week, I got a tattoo of his initials. 1 week later, we split up.
David's team.
What were his initials?
AP.
AP.
And you'd only known him for a week when you decided to get inked.
Yeah. You only live once. It actually happened when we went on holiday, that's why. We went somewhere, got quite drunk. You're in love, that romance. It was a moment of let's just do it.
Do you still have the tattoo now?
No, I got it removed.
Whereabouts was it?
It was on my bum cheek, actually.
Oh, where was this drunken time?
I was in Mexico.
Oh!
Yeah. So the thing is with my generation, though, talking about my generation, we have this thing called dating. So you date for like a year, or date for a year or two, right?
Do you know that the previous generation had dated? That's how you were born.
Yeah, but back in your day, it's very like girlfriend, boyfriend.
I'm no disrespect, Jazz, but I'm not his generation.
I'm so sorry.
From Tasha's vantage point, we're all the same. Us lot, Charles Dickens, William the Conqueror.
So back in the day, you know, I feel like you'd get the ladies up and dance, you'd write letters, like it was very...
Oh my God.
Well, of course, you know, you'd arrive in a carriage. You'd produce your quill.
You wear ball gowns, like that era.
Yeah, offer your sword.
You did the cursing to each other.
Back in the early 90s, that's how it was.
So how is it different for your generation? Is it just online? Are you just Snapchatting each other?
Snapchatting? Do you Snapchat?
I mean WhatsApping. Yeah. I mean tweeting.
Rob.
Xing. You're Xing each other.
Stop using words you don't understand.
MySpace. So, okay, you'd had the tattoo, so you'd think, oh, things are wonderful.
Yeah.
What happened then?
You cheated on me.
Oh, Tasha,
Just
no.
less than a week after going official.
And it was with my friend.
Oh.
I wish, honestly, it was my friend called Jessica.
Oh, yeah, name her.
Yeah, I got a name.
Jessica.
Did he have your initials?
No.
So you said a week ago we went official. I think it's going very well. I'm going to get a tattoo of your initials on my buttock. And he went, okay, go ahead then. I might buy a postcard.
But that's what happens when you're in love. When you're in love, you do silly things, right?
You do.
It's time to decide. What do you think? Was that all true?
Do you think it's true, Will?
I think it's true. And I can see that sort of going on holiday, caught up in the sun and
So
sangria.
loved up.
Well, I think we might go true.
I'm going to go true.
Are you going to say it's true? Okay.
Yes.
Tasha, they're saying they think it's true. Was it true or was it a lie?
It was a lie.
Well done.
It's a lie. Tasha didn't get a tattoo of a boy's initials. That noise signals time is up. It's the end of the show. I can reveal that Lee's team has won by 3 points to 1. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Drag Race stars from across the globe compete to be crowned champion. RuPaul's Drag Race UK versus the World on BBC Three now. Here on BBC One, Sun, Sea and a crime to solve. Death in Paradise. Back for a new series next.